What's up YouTube? This is Petrol Enthusiast coming back at you again with another video, this time on my RX-8. It's about due for a oil change, so I thought I'd make a little short clip on the process on how to do it. As you can see now, I have the car jacked up on all four, and you want to do a safety check first. Make sure that the car is stable. So you just want to check on both sides and just give it a firm shake and make sure that the car isn't going to be, wobbly. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That's good right there. That's good right there. So you did your little safety check and everything seems to be alright. I was driving the car earlier today, so it's pretty warm. I'm giving it a little time to cool off so the oil won't be too hot like when I remove it and the filter. So I got everything that I need. I have, let's see, over here. I got my 520 Castrol and the proper K&N filter for it, and the proper oil in my region is 5W20. And I was going to change the wipers too, since they're pretty all gunked up. The lady at AutoZone said these are pretty good. Rain-X. They were on sale. They were half off, so she said you better take advantage of it. So I did. So I'm going to put these on too. Hopefully it'll be better than the ones I have now. So what I'm going to do right now is get under the car and start draining the oil. Alright, so the things you're going to need is a 17mm socket and a small extension, a oil filter remover. I got this, but it looks like it's seen better days. I might have to get a new one. And when you replace the oil on the used oil and you put a new one, make sure that you replace the ring that houses the bolt that I have in, that you have in there. You could get these on eBay or the Mazda dealership. I get them on eBay. I'll put the item number. So I mean, they're not that expensive, but it's recommended that you change these every time that you change the oil. And you're going to need a little tank to hold at least 6 quarts. I bought this off Harbor and Freight. It was like $3.99. It was on sale plus 20% off. Can't beat that. So you could do 2 oil changes before you have to drain it or take it to a used oil recycling place, and they'll take it, off your hands. They'll drain it and clean it up and stuff. So those are the things that you're going to need. The car is pretty cooled off now and the oil's kind of warm, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to proceed on draining the oil. We want to be nice and gentle when we're removing that. Be careful because the oil is going to be hot. Make sure this is open, and you want the container to breathe a little, so you want to open both sides. And hopefully I don't spill. Usually try not to make a mess. But sometimes it's hard because you're working at a very different angle. Hit that. Maybe I should do it with my other hand like this. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not off, but it's draining. Oh, shoot. There we go. It's magnetic, so the reason why I bought this Greddy plug is because I wanted to see if there was any metal shavings on the oil plug or in the oil, and getting a magnetic bolt that you replace it with the OEM one and you put this one on and you see if there's any metal shavings in your oil, and if it's if it sticks on here, it'll be alright because it's not going anywhere. But as you can see, looks good for a 125K 13B rotary engine, still kicking, no issues. It goes to show that if you change your oil every 3,000 miles or 5,000, I mean, your engine's going to be good, and it's not abused. So what we're going to do right now is let the oil drain, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look black, still has a nice healthy color to it. If you look at the sun, I mean, from my angle you can. So we're just going to let that drain a bit. Maybe I should have raised the car a little bit more, but it works. Okay, now that the oil has been entirely drained, we're going to put the plug back, the Greddy plug back with the new washer. As you can see, it's kind of difficult to put the bolt back because it's magnetized, but once you get it in, it's pretty easy. You shouldn't force it and try to strip it or anything. So okay, so after inspection of the plug, I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. There are no metal shavings on the magnetic plug. Again, this is trying to let it focus, but I don't think you could see it though. It's a Greddy. If you could see that, it says Greddy on it, and this plug is magnetic. And what it will do is, if there are like metal shavings and stuff, you'll be able to catch it on the plug. But all I see is just sludge for a much needed oil change. It's hard to focus, but it's trying. So what you want to do is replace this washer with a new one. It's recommended that you change that. So here's the new one that I'm putting on. And we're going to clean this plug up. So the car has cooled down significantly, and we're ready to put the fresh oil and change the oil filter. So now that we got the plug all nice and clean, she's ready to go back in. The plug tightened. Start up with about 3.5 quarts. Everybody knows how hard it is to clean oil in the engine. This container has about 3 quarts left, so I'm just going to empty. Before I top her off, I'm going to add a little of the Lucas oil stabilizer. Since she is a high mileage vehicle, I've been using this ever since she passed 50K, and it works real well. So I'm just going to add, count to 5. Be good right there. It's a real thick oil, and it kind of minimizes all the chatter. It just gets rid of a lot of the engine noise. Now I'm going to top it off with the rest with the 520. So I want to get it to about maximum level, almost maximum, but not as, full. And that should be it right there. So now we're going to check the oil dipstick. Let's see what we got. She should be just right, I believe. And she's right at the marker from where I could see. So it looks good. I'm going to check one more time. She's there. So now that's all good. Ready to close her up. Get the, put your oil cap back on, and make sure that you don't have any tools lying around or left out, just in case you what do you call that, leave something in the engine bay, and that wouldn't be good. So now that we've checked the engine bay for any tools, checked underneath the car, no tools lying around, so we're ready to put the engine cover back. There she goes. And just one more quick look-see. Make sure we got everything removed. It's all tightened down there. Alright. So now we're ready to start her up. So we're just going to give her a quick start. So we made sure that all the tools are removed. Rags. Nothing underneath that was left. Wiped any unnecessary spills. The car's still jacked up. We have fresh oil in the car, so we're going to give her a quick start while she's up. Make sure everything's all good. Okay, so we're gonna let her warm up a little. So it looks like my oil meter's good. And got no alarms coming up. So she seems okay. So I'm gonna let her warm up a little bit, and that'll be the end of this quick video. I'll be having some more videos coming up soon. This is the first one that I wanted to do, a real quick one. I have 2 more that I'm in the process of making and editing, and hopefully your weekend is a good one, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. So this high-tech Rain-X windshield wiper. It was like half off, and she was telling me they work pretty good. Not bad for both, but never paid that much for windshield wipers, but we'll see how they work. I know I'm supposed to take that yellow stuff off, but dang, man. Almost $40 for both.